Yo, 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 what's good? It's Chairman House of Barf. How's everybody feeling? I hope you're feeling great. Hope you had a great weekend. My weekend was steadily busy. Still just working on putting out so many dumpster fires. Just it's crazy. Glad I got this. Finally was able to get the AC back on. Was able to find the company Celia. Um, they were great for the most part. And, just when it came down to the money. When it always comes down to a few things I always think of is like food, ingredients in a recipe, money, race, whatever those topics. People get a little crazy. So if anything, that was the only thing I'd have to say. But the technicians were great. They got it working. I got a little bit of a discount. It was nothing too crazy. Um, but glad I got that done because I was looking at some news earlier about how the planet is it's at excruciating levels of heat right now, heat that they were not expecting. So it's like, all right, great. Before this heat wave comes in, at least I'm able to get this all taken care of. Weekend was just pretty busy. Still preparing for everything. Still just putting out dumpster fires every day, getting a little bit better every day, just getting a little bit better. Um, but I'm telling you, it's a spiritual warfare. It's a spiritual warfare out there, and it just really, depends on where you're at, in it. Um, it's every corner I turn, I promise, there's something that is there. Not, I know it sounds crazy, but it seems like just trying to bring me down, because I'm getting to a point where I'm finally like, okay, I'm dealing with the termination about what is it going about 3 months now? Wait, April, May, June, July. So 3 month termination 3 months ago, and just the way that went down, thought it was so foul. Then coming out of that, just trying to get in the right headspace out of that, then going into possible separation from my spouse, to possibly being divorced, possibly trying to take the children, dealing with that, to possibly trying to sell the home, to get the if we have any equity in it, to try to get the possible equity so that we can just move on, to possibly now new guys trying to be around my not even ex, just estranged, already trying to move in, and now trying to be stepdads, to just dealing with all that. Not to mention the bills and finances coming in, just so much just to deal with. So I'm constantly just trying to be in a good headspace. I constantly am just telling myself, don't worry, God is on the way. God is here. God got your back. Just stay, peaceful, stay calm, stay level headed. God got you. And every time it just seems like somebody just needs to call, or got to get some piece of bad news. And I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there, staying the course. That's probably even yeah. To essentially somebody just stating to me, hey, I know I've contributed to your life sucking, and I'm glad about that. You know, like, like what in the world? Like what in the world? Seriously, I'm not even joking. So, let's go ahead. Let me check out, see what CNBC is talking about real quick. Just want to get into barf. Oh snap!
This deal that I mentioned briefly moments ago.
Stocks are a little mixed this morning. I didn't even know it was 9:30. It's approximately 9:32 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Bucks a share in cash. Right. This is a fairly significant premium, but this is not a name
Okay, they're talking
that is.
about Francisco Partners TBG to buy New Relic for $87 a share. Okay, I don't even have my paper and pen out really quick. I don't even know who they are. Let me go to TD Ameritrade to see what they're talking about.
They are providing now to the auto industry. The stock is up. What an incredible run. And I mean, I feel like we are at the point where we have to talk about this name in the same breath. NVIDIA, Advanced Micro.
On Semi, ticker symbol ON.
Yeah, I think we're getting there, right? I mean, especially considering what ON's been able to do in the face of what we've seen some of the other industrial-sized semiconductor stocks do. This report was really pretty impressive today. Earnings per share coming in with a beat of $1.33 versus $1.20. That's down about a penny from last year. Revenue beat as well, $2.09 billion versus the $2.02 billion that was expected. That's up about 0.5%. If we look at automotive, that revenue increased 35%, breaking $1 billion, which is a record for the company. Industrial revenue also rose 5%, coming in just over $609 million. And if we look at the outlook, I think this is really the reaction we're seeing here from investors. The company said it expects Q3 earnings per share at $1.27 to $1.41, revenue at $2.1 billion, $2.2 billion. Analysts were just looking for $1.21.
All right, On Semi. Okay, fantastic. Not completely familiar with them, but it seems like they're the topic of discussion. I saw early on CNBC they were also discussing them, and then now they're talking about them on TD Ameritrade. I just want to say TD Ameritrade, as much as like the way they talk doesn't really resonate with me.
The sales not exactly big here. Sounds like they just are really aware of their bottom line.
I mean, I'm not saying I talk any different because I know people call me. Probably should start repeating. People call me Cracker Chan all the time. And I'm not because of the way I talk and whatnot. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get ready to get into this. That's a little alarm I put just to remind me, like, hey, just a reminder of hey, you're late. You're late looking at the market. But we're here. So let me see. I think I wrote down a few things I want to review. Getting constant reminders that I'm a loser and that I should figure it out by now. All right, just constant spewing, just kind of reminding me all the time. All right, so just real quick, again, this weekend was just really busy. Didn't get to post at all. I have a lot of situations going on, and I'm having, there's people that do want to reach out and talk to me about it and everything, and that can also kind of get a little much for me because sometimes I just want to just kind of disconnect a little bit from everything that's going on. And I know people would look at that as putting your head in the sand and ignoring the problems. Well, unfortunately, I can't ignore them. It's just, even if I could just take a moment and just kind of separate myself, a lot of times it's, hey, just checking in, just seeing how you're doing. It's like, look, I'm hanging in there. I'm actually doing well. I'm actually feeling like I'm stepping into my light, my situation. I don't know how much longer it can last. Because it's, let's say for especially I sell the home, I'm going to possibly move in with family, which is fine. But how much, am I going to be able to create this content? Because the content is starting to internally it's starting to pop off. There's people that are starting to say, hey, I've heard about this podcast thing you've been doing. And I'm like, oh shit. And they're like, where can I find it? And I'm like, man, look, I don't think this is what you want to listen to. As soon as I let people hear, they're going to be like, ooh, no, I don't think you're doing it correctly. We should go down a more intellectual research, have everything on point, written points that we need to go over. I'm like, look, you know what would be a good idea? If you would start a podcast and you could do that, and you can get the headphones and the microphones and the studio with the backdrops, and you can get your written points written together, and you can go ahead and talk down the written points. And because that's not what Barf is about. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm going down a totally different path. I have no written points. I have no written I have topics that I would like to go over. Like one topic that was on my mind this weekend is credit cards and how credit cards work. Not going to completely go down it right now, but there's a percentage that you're charged daily to even just carry that credit card daily. So when you carry that balance, you're getting charged for the balance just carrying the card. The statement balance date versus the due date. All that was definitely on my mind that I want to go over. I gotta get this all figured out because I'm trying to do barf, but it's starting to go down the other one when I want to call the bum rush or bum rushed, whatever it is. Because essentially, for some reason, as I said this before, whenever the market gets started, for some reason, it always feels like it feels like 4 p.m. comes in like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh shit, it's a rush. It really is. And when you start trading, like we've been trading, but I kind of been bullshitting a little bit, but it's not even like bullshitting because I also got a lot of shit on my mind. And sometimes when I got a lot of shit on my mind, especially depression shit, like when the shit that I'm going through trust me, the shit I'm going through is not making me happy at all. Sometimes I do just get a little worn down just thinking about shit. Even creating content to an extent kind of takes a lot out of me because, you got to really think like this shit is public to the people. I heard somebody say on I think it was Joe Rogan recently. I didn't watch the whole shit. I think it was just a snippet that, matter of fact, this shit could be galactic. Can you believe that? That it's very possible if aliens show up, they could be like, hello, we're looking for Chan Man, the Don, the one that has it going on. Like, because they say these radio waves, when they get sent out, you never, they can exit the atmosphere. They can exit space. They can just go into space and then be traveling for light years. So I guess a light year, I probably won't be alive, because a light year is like 186,000 miles per hour for like 1 year. So that would mean aliens would have to be here like next year or something. It couldn't be like 300 light years or something. Or I don't know. I don't know how that light year and all that stuff works. I will admit there's been this one guy kind of creeping up on me. I can't remember his name. Sean something. His podcast. He be having kind of I'm not trying to compare the two, but kind of the Joe Rogan kind of thing going on where they got people that are like, I was kind of listening to this guy talk about these super massive weapons, that, that we have on Earth or in the United States. And yeah, if you can hear those, I should probably turn my notifications off because they're constantly just coming in. Just reminded me how pathetic I am. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my notifications off for the time being. So, all right. So, yeah, just anybody seriously that may just be coming to barf. There should be possibly, the internet is telling me that I have approximately, let me see how many episodes they're saying that I have. And thank you to anybody and everybody who listened over the weekend. Again, I'm not trying to downplay my show, but I wouldn't recommend it being a weekend show. Or listening to it over the weekend. Because, when it comes to business and finance, you got to decompress from it. And yeah, I'm going to do my research over the weekend. I didn't do it this weekend. And I'm going to be tapped in over the weekends and pretty much every day. I'm going to try to be. Oh, wow. My last episode, Just Reviewing the Market, my latest episode, Just Reviewing the Market, got 4 plays. It looks like over the weekend. Thank y'all. I appreciate that. That's one episode that's gotten probably, let me see. Wow. Guess what? Okay, so they just showed me a new analytic. Audience retention. Median playing time. Let me read this. Let me see. Median playing time is the point in the episode where 50% of people who started were listening. Were still streaming. Median playing time. 43 minutes. And they even go to 36 seconds. So when people put these episodes on, or is it? This is just for. This was just for Just Reviewing the Markets. I don't even think I listened to that episode yet. So the 4 people that started it listened. Let me see if I read that correctly. Wow. Regardless, anybody listened to it for 43 minutes, yo, I appreciate that. How long was the episode? Because my episodes, they vary. One episode could be 2-3 hours, and one episode could be 28 minutes. So I don't even know how long. Just reviewing the market. Oh, it was 1 hour and 12 minutes. Okay, so like, yeah, I guess people just kind of like, I enjoy the music because I feel like it kind of breaks it down. But maybe somebody was just like, skipping the music, or whatever. Because it is a podcast. It's like, yo, what's up? Like, if I want music, I'll just go to Pandora or Spotify or whatnot. Or I'm just like, you know what? I'm just having a good time. Podcast meets, I guess, radio in a sense, playing music. Not trying to be a radio station either. Radio stations, that's not what I'm trying to be. I'm just trying to go down the podcast aspect. Okay, so we're gonna get ready to hop into this market. Let me see. It says I have approximately 124 episodes. That's insane to me because I don't think that's true. I don't know how they're deeming what's an episode and what's not. But we're just gonna keep pumping. Let me see. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, I just want to say thank you all to whoever's kicking it with me. I appreciate it. There's a few things I got to work on as well. Still got to work on this RSS link. Still haven't figured it out. Still just bullshitting on it. I got to get that up and going if I want to start getting these advertisers and possibly reach out to advertisers, see if they want to sponsor me. So I want to say thank y'all to anybody and everybody who decided to stop by and kick it with your man Chanman. I appreciate it. This is Chanman, this House of Barf. Yo, what's good? This is Chairman House of Barf. Thank you so much to anybody who decided to come back and kick it with your mans. I appreciate it. So let's go ahead and take a quick look into kind of just what's going on. I didn't do any research this weekend. Again, as I stated earlier, but let's just take a look to see if there's any information. I like to go to. I'm gonna start with the visual. Okay, my Foot Locker put is losing again today, which is okay. Probably going to start developing the exit strategy to slowly but surely kind of get out of this. Purchase the contract. It's a February 16th, 2024. Strike price $25. The trade price was $3.20. Currently, it's trading at $2.80. So I'll probably go ahead and get ready to put in a limit order to sell a partial amount of the shares, of the contracts. Not all of it. I don't want to just pull all the way out, but I'm going to slowly but surely start trying to probably pull out of this and then figure out what we're going to do next. So right now, not going to talk about Foot Locker. We've been talking about Foot Locker for days. Let's just go and let's just look around kind of what we can find. I had a few eyeballs that I wanted to look over. GM, let's go ahead and pull up. Oh, let me pull up the visualization chart real quick. To just kind of see. As I saw earlier on CNBC, they said it's pretty mixed. And that's what it looks like. It looks like a fair amount of green and a fair amount of red. Okay. Looks like major companies are in the red. In the green. Google in the green, Nvidia, Visa, MasterCard. MasterCard. They caught my eye this weekend. They were talking about something about not being able to purchase cannabis with their cards, possibly. If y'all want to take a further look into that, we can take we'll go ahead and take a further look. Oh, Skechers, shit. I meant to keep that window up. Skechers, because Skechers apparently is having a great year or something. Skechers ticker. I got to get some trades done because I didn't really get any trades done last week, and I got a bunch of bills and shit coming in. And it was like, man, I could have made $200 last week or something. Possibly. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. We'll go ahead and take a look at that MasterCard thing real quick. Oh man, I still have an update. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm trying to stop doing the yawning and sneezing and stuff on the joint. If it happens, it happens. But if I can kind of pause it or edit it out, I'll try. MasterCard. Cannabis. Let's see. I think they came over the weekend and said something about cannabis and MasterCard. Yeah. Let's see. It looks like MasterCard is blocking. Here, I'll let y'all read it.
MasterCard blocks debit card purchases of cannabis on its network. Marking another setback for the marijuana industry.
Oh, sorry. I like to put the people who.
By Catherine Pomeroy. Published 3 days ago. Marking another setback for the marijuana industry, MasterCard recently sent cease and desist letters to banks and payments processors that assisted in the purchase of legal cannabis.
Okay, so how is that going to affect its trades? Okay, so I got to get moving because last couple episodes kind of dragged along. Okay, so I'm gonna write down MasterCard as well. Let me look at the ones I said that I want to keep an eye on. Or I should have put them in my watch list. Let me see if they're in my watch list. MBLY, currently trading at $38.29. It's approximately 9:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm using this blood pressure monitor as the thing that's holding up my mic. It's not very tall. I need more things to stack up on, so I'm not hunched over trying to speak into this mic. Okay, MBLY, I said I'm bullish once it hits $35. It's currently at 38, so I'm just going to leave that alone. CPT, let me check CPT. That's been on my brain. Pulling up CPT right now. And I don't have my notes of what I'm looking at in CPT. I don't have like what prices. Okay, so I'm bearish till about $100. It's at 108. Okay, I'm bearish between $111 and $100. It's currently at 108. Okay, so I think it could go down a little bit more. And then I'm bullish from 100 to, even if it goes down to approximately about $95. So about 95, 100 to about 117, I'm bullish. So right now we're at a point where I see that it's, in my personal opinion, creating that that inverted head and shoulders. Temporary, I see a temporary, what am I looking at? I'm looking at the 180-day chart. Let me go to a 1-year chart. So I can see the inverted head and shoulders. Again, the inverted head and shoulders is a charting technique. It's a technical analysis. It's not very, it doesn't mean that like I know what I'm doing. But I do see that CPT is creating that inverted head and shoulders, which sometimes can imply the reversal of a downward trend. I do see a slight head and shoulder developing, just a temporary one that kind of developed starting around July 12th. So just about 15, days ago, whatever, 2 weeks ago. There's a slight head and shoulder showing that downward trend. So this CPT down to 100, we can put that that trade in. I think I'm just going to kind of wait till I see it. See if it hits 100. I guess if I'm gonna be a day trader, I gotta have some guts, because I don't feel like trying to short it to 100 and then shit turn around and go straight up to like 117, you know. But I think we're gonna see it. The reason why I say 100 is because let me see, where's 100 at right here? Well, I did say between 111 and 100. So 111 was, let me see, probably its recent kind of its recent resistance. I guess it's like 113. It's recent resistance. It's recent high point. So I figured, below, it'll probably drop below that. And then, well, let me see why 100. 100, that's a fairly low support line. It has multiple support lines. Let me see. It has one at like 10, has a small one at like 106. Then it looks to have another one. Okay, yeah, about 102. Yeah, and then the one after that is like 100. So, again, I'm gonna keep an eye on this one, kind of just see how it does. We may make that purchase today. We can get ready, maybe possibly put that in CPT. I need a fresh piece of paper because I got notes all over the place. And you're more than welcome, again, just hang out with me. We'll get these trades in. And CPT, I apologize, is Camden Properties. CPT, I'm going to put bearish from to about 100, bullish at 100. It could go down to 95, but I'll be bullish on CPT. Now, as far as their fundamentals, like what they got going on, as you know, I have not followed up on. We can take a look at that real quick. Again, real estate company, subsidiaries, and primarily engaged in ownership, management, and development of reposition, redevelopment, acquisition, and construction of multifamily apartment communities. Okay, looks like their earnings per share has been going up pretty steadily, and their 5-year trend, they're pretty decent. So, revenue is pretty solid. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, earnings per share. So for the last 5 years, starting around 2018, the earnings per share were $1.63. Then in 2019, it went to $2.22. In 2020, there was a drop. It went down to $1.24. You would have thought more people would have been living in their apartments in 2020 and paying but maybe they weren't building or something. And in 2021, it went to $2.96, and in 2022, it went to $6.03. That's the earning per share. Dividends have been pretty steady. $3.08 in 2018. It went to $3.20 in 2019, $3.32 in 2020, $3.32 in 2021. So it was steady in those 2 years. And then $3.76 in 2022. So dividends never really fell off. Book value, I just read about book value. Let me see. Book value, the ratio of the firm's common equity divided by the shares outstanding, effectively indicating a firm's net assets. Okay, so their book value, I guess effectively their net assets to an extent, has been pretty steady. $34.62, $36.48. 2019, $34.56 in 2020. 2021, $39.81 in 2022, $45.90. So, pretty steady company. So yeah, I'm going to forward CPT, Camden Properties. Let me see. Let me make sure. I say what it is. Camden Property Trust. Okay, so let me see what their options are looking like right now. I would say, what would get people living in more apartments? Oh, interest rates rising. And I wasn't being sarcastic. I was just kind of interest rates rising. If these interest rates keep rising, people are just going to say, you know what? Let's just rent for a year or two. And so, when's the next time Jerome Powell is supposed to come out? I think it's like September. So let's go to September 2023. when I know a bunch of people will say, nah, he ain't gonna raise interest rates. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? We got the 2024 election coming up. You think Biden is gonna want Jerome Powell, the Trump appointee, to raise interest rates a year before the election? You crazy, man. Jerome Powell, I don't know much about him, but I don't think he gives a flying fuck. This guy is trying to maintain this economy. For some reason, people are balling out. We don't know why. They're putting money in their bank accounts, and they're keeping it in the bank accounts. They're withdrawing it. They're using a bunch of cash everywhere, and we don't know what's going on. People got money for some damn reason, and we're supposed to be having one of the worst economies right now. We're supposed to be getting into a recession. Did you hear it? The R word, recession. We're supposed to be going into a motherfucking recession, and people are balling out like it's the 80s. What's going on? So Jerome Powell is trying to figure out how are we going to get this economy under control, okay? Whether it's going to be through fiscal policy, which I believe I'm correct, the government, or whether it's going to be through monetary. Let me make sure. I'm going to come up with stuff in my head. I had this lady, and recently, this is what's real fucked up. This is why I can't really stand, no offense, previous companies that I worked for. And I don't know if it's the region that they were in, but they just seem a little different. So I tried to reach out to this lady who really helped me get my Series 7. She was very informative on different ways, to memorize certain things, So recently, I just wanted to reach out to her. This was 4 or 5 years ago. I seen her on LinkedIn, and I want to reach out. I just want to say hello, yo, and I want to thank you because I still, I think I carry the flashcards with me everywhere. I don't have them on me right now, but I normally carry these flashcards with me like everywhere just to pull them out and just kind of review them again. And she would have little things, just like, hey, if you ever need to remember something, this is a way to remember it. Like Regulation D. She'd be like, D, down low, keep it on the down low. Because what is Regulation D? Let me see something real quick. I can't remember all her little secrets, but let me see. Regulation D, I think, is a private placement rule. Let me see. What is Regulation D? Let's just read it real quick.
What is the Regulation D policy? Regulation D helped ensure banks had adequate reserves by limiting the number of withdrawals customers could make from savings and money.
Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. Regulation D, I'm going to say securities.
Featured snippet from Regulation D under the Securities Act provides a number of exemptions from the registration requirements, allowing some companies to offer and sell their securities without having to register the offering with the SEC.
Okay. I'm not sure if that's exactly everything. I don't think that's everything. That's not even everything at all. But there's something in there, if I'm correct, about it. So they don't have to have the correct requirements to register with the SEC, but they can also, if I'm correct, offer these to like a private placement. So they can have their selected few individuals. They're supposed to be like sophisticated investors. I don't quote me on all the requirements. They're supposed to have like a couple million, but their real estate can't be included. It could even be up to like 10 million or something, but it can't include real estate, stuff like that. And they're able to offer these private placements to these individuals. So essentially, I don't think they can have more than like a certain amount of people, like 35 people. And I think something, don't quote me. We got to pull it up. We'll go over it, Regulation D. But like 10 of them or something like that have to be like accredited investors or something like that. Don't quote me. So essentially, it's like a room full of 35 individuals in a company offering it to these select individuals. So it's kind of on the down low. You know what I'm saying? So that's why she would be like, remember things like that. Regulation D, down low. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So I wanted to reach out and be like, yo, appreciate you. But so I sent her a message. And I'm seriously, I'm not pressed when people read my shit. But I saw she read it. Didn't even reach out. I was like, damn, man, people are... And I don't want nothing from her at all. I have nothing that I want from her at all but just to say thank you. That was all. That's all I wanted. Uh, but of course, she just read my message and just completely ignored me. I was like, whatever. She probably gets that all the time. People just want to reach out and say thank you. But it's very seriously, I probably couldn't have passed my Series 7 without her. Because there was a couple other motherfuckers. Oh man, I can't remember this one woman's name. Man, she was a total bitch, man. Fuck her. Like, she was just like, come on, I have a perfect, because I think I was under her management. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I have a perfect track record of everybody passing their Series 7 when they're managed under me, and I can't have you failing or fucking up my record. I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. I could care less about your record, you dumbass. Right now, I'm trying to pass a Series 7 because I'm trying to get to investors. Fuck you. I got investors out there. I got a 32-year-old man who just received a $600,000 inheritance and probably has nothing to do with it. I have a kid who is 18 years old and has 4 children and trying to figure out how they can start setting up their children to go to college at the same time, possibly even setting themselves up to go to college. I got this old lady who's 96 years old, whose nephew just stole, $50,000 from her, and she's so weary to deal with another representative. And you're worried about your perfect track Series 7 history? Shut the flying fuck up. I'm sorry. These people were very irritating me. Oh man, I got the shit that was just irritating me. One question I have for people is, when people treat you wrong, why do we stay around? Why don't we just leave? Same thing. Because I probably would have stayed with that company if it wasn't for other circumstances that happened. But let me go back to CPT. I was looking at September when the interest rates are supposed to pause or whatever people think. I don't think that that's going to be the case. I don't have any reason for saying. I'm saying that right now banks are fucked up. People got money. People are probably not paying their smaller bills. They're probably not paying like credit cards, possibly car notes. They're probably using a bunch of credit. So let me think. With people using a bunch of credit, if you raise the interest rates, then that means that people are still going to keep buying. Now, once we get a large group of people, probably after September sometime, and what Jerome Powell's coming out every, it seems like month and a half or something. So September to about November, when people aren't buying homes and motherfuckers are just buying gifts, possibly paying off their car note, that's when they're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Then we'll probably see interest rates just drop maybe another 0.25%, putting us around 5% again, or possibly even pausing. So I have no stats behind that, unemployment, anything like that. So I'm going to look at the September. See, the September, let me see. What did I say? I'm bearish to 100. Let me see. Let me look at the chart again. I think it's going to be a few months before we see it get up to 117. That's the price I have it getting up to, 117. Let me see where 117 is at on the chart. Yeah, 117 is a resistance level. It was just before the downward trend, which that head and shoulders is crazy because the shoulders are like super high and the head is super low, but it's still sort of a head and shoulder. But so before the downward trend, 117 was its resistance level. It appears as around 117, 118, a little bit right in there. So that's why I think it's going to hit about 117, but I don't know when. I think it will be around September when interest rates go up a little bit more, and then people are going to say, you know what, let's just take a year or two and let's just rent. So if you're selling a home, me included, it's very possible we're going to get a lot of offers for renting, with the option to buy. So essentially they get to rent the house, and watch the interest rates and sit on the interest rates. And then when the interest rates drop, then they're going to want to purchase the home. So, I'm going to say September, we'll probably see an increase in interest rates and an increase in rental properties. So Let me see. I said I see this getting above 117. I don't know if it's going to be by September, so I may want to go a little further out to November, but I think it's going to be by November. You'll see a bunch of people, and then that's when I think in 117. There is no 117. There's a 115 and a 120 in November. So that's when I'll think about getting the November 17, 2023 strike price. I'm gonna do 115. The 115, of course, is more expensive than the 120. I don't know if I see it going to 120, but I could. Goodness gracious, that contract. So the contract for the 115 is $4.80. Let me see. Is it? That's the $4.50. It went down to $4.50, and the 120 is $2.50. But I don't know if I see it hitting 120. Let's pull up the probability chart. And let's go to September or November. I'll go to November. And what's the 50-50? The 50-50 is about 108. So in November, they're saying that it could be 50% above 108, 50% below 108. So let's see if we can get as close to 108 as possible. Trade. So 110. And the 110 is $7. Gosh darn it. All right. So I may have to get that 115. Gosh, man. That sucks. Okay. So I'll look at strike price 110 or 115. So we'll possibly get ready to put that order in. It's no rush. I'm still bearish on CPT, considering that we still may have a demand for housing for a little while longer. There's probably a bunch of individuals that have been sitting, waiting long enough. And when they saw that 0.25 increase, said, look, we got to get in because we don't know. Because I personally think, like, I'm not trying to get too far into my life. I kind of have a double speak, or not even a double speak, as I'll sit there and say, like, okay. Everybody, say, oh yeah, you should just leave your wife and let her be somebody else's problem. And she's never, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. And I'll sit there and say, okay, I got you. Those are all good points. But in the back of my head, I have another plan, which is to possibly, and I know this sounds so stupid. I've seen some people getting on Shaq. Let her live. I'm like, shut the fuck up, motherfucker. Were you married to her? And the only thing Shaq is saying is, I fucked up. If there's anybody I could be with, it's with Shawnee. That's the only thing he's saying. He's not like, I'm gonna get you back, man. Fuck that punk ass, man. Fuck him. I'll fuck his life up. Man, right now. You know what I'm saying? He ain't saying none of that. He's just like, man, yeah, I fucked up with Shawnee, and I wish I could get her back. That's all he's saying. So yeah, even as much as I may go down the path of getting, attorneys and everything to help out with the situation of the legal, separation or divorce or whatever. In the back of my head, I may have a different plan of possibly seeing if there's anything I can do to make it work. And I know that Jerome Powell recently has said comments to make it alluding to that he's not going to be on that. We're being strong on interest rates. Lately, he's been kind of like, okay, I'm going to chill out a little bit. But I don't, one thing I've learned about living in America, don't trust the words coming out of people's mouths. They'll say, no nuclear bombs, or we'll fuck you up. Next week, USA just dropped a nuclear bomb on. It's like, what the fuck? I could have sworn, is this a country of ethics and integrity? And, but so that's one thing I've learned is don't listen to nothing these motherfuckers say. Just do your research. Look at what's going on around you. Look at what they're saying. Say, okay, that's what they're saying. Okay, blah, 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 blah. How many times have we trusted something somebody was saying and went through their phone or went through their wallet and saw their receipts, and what they said was totally different than what was going on? Now you take the receipts and you take the gas mileage and you take the GPS and you put it all together. Now you got the truth. Well, not the full truth, maybe not all the truth, but a lot of the truth. So that's where I more so approach this, is where I'm like, okay, so I'm looking at people around me. A lot of black men are losing their jobs. I'm looking at a lot of people still paying thousands of dollars in student loans. I'm looking at consumer prices are starting to decrease a little bit, in my personal opinion. I've noticed that when I'm going to the store, I'm not spending as much as I was just a few months ago. So inflation may be easing a little bit. I'm looking at interest rates rising. So what I'm thinking is that it's very possible that we may be looking at an economy that is doing well right now, but we may be we may kind of be slightly decreasing. Now things are going to change eventually, where the dollar will be more powerful, and that's another thing. Dollar is possibly diluted right now, but in a moment we're going to look at things where you're going to start seeing property taxes increasing, sales taxes increasing. So prices, inflation may come down. The price itself may come down, but then the state of Maryland or wherever you're at says we're going to raise sales tax to 7.25% or whatever, or the prices on homes because demand isn't so high, but the interest rate. So we're looking at an economy that's probably starting to tilt. It was like going up, but we're probably looking at it kind of going to go in a downward trend. Just for a little bit. And people like Jerome Powell have the power to do that because they got to do it because they want to go on a downward trend for a little bit. And what that will do is open up possible opportunities for people to get employment. Jobs will start hiring. Consumer prices may come down some. They may have to bring the interest rates down some. You know what I'm saying? Because people aren't doing so well anymore because they have to suck all that money out of the system. You got to remember, they pumped trillions and trillions of dollars to Ukraine, trillions of dollars to the American people. Now, Ukraine got like 10 times as much as the American people. But hey, whatever. I don't know what Biden's initiative is for doing that, but trust me, there's a plan. There's a reason why you pumped $34 trillion into Ukraine and whatnot. And I'm very sure I keep shit to its simplest form. It's probably resources. That's what we should be looking. Why the fuck are you investing $34 trillion? There has to be a reason. What? Oh, goodness. I'm typing in right now. What resources is Ukraine known for? Now, it's not the mere fact that we just don't want Russia having more territory. Yeah, I get that too, because you could become a superpower and all you got to do is have 1% of the population. So America has 334 million people or something like that. If Russians can sneak in, what's 1% of that? 300,000 people. Let me see. I'm sorry. I'm just going to do 330 million times 1%. So that's 3 million people essentially. Approximately 3 million people. If Russia has the ability to maybe possibly take over Ukraine, that's another country that they can have, and they could possibly sneak in about 3 million people into the United States. They can essentially supposedly affect things like voting. I don't know. They could control the president. They could control all our security, everything. Who knows the extent of what they can control at that point? So I can see that's a big reason. One thing that frustrates me is I'm not going to get into political, but what is Russia's? I'm not going to look into that right now because that's not barf. What is Russia's stance on Ukraine? Here, real quick, let me look this up real quick. Why? What is Russia's purpose for invading Ukraine? And I'm not trying to get the American, if I can, I want to see I don't know if there's any Russian, from the Russian perspective. Now, I understand that there was a bunch of Russians who supposedly tried to, what they say, commit mutiny against Putin, and Putin had that shit dead easily. He probably did some shit yo, we're going to violate your family right in front of you if you don't cut this shit out. And people are like, okay, done. Probably a couple motherfuckers are dead. And probably a couple motherfuckers are exiled. That shit got quiet, I say, in a day. You know what I'm saying? But, so somebody over here on global, what was this? Echo.org said, Putin erroneously believed that it would enable him to quickly establish a Kremlin-controlled puppet regime in Kyiv, which for him would be the ideal solution for his Ukrainian problem. Let me see if there's anyone else out there who has like more of a Russian perspective on. This is an article exploring the Russian perspective on the war in Ukraine. Let me see, who's this written by? I think a contributor, Arbaz Arda Kalshasir. I'm not sure if that's not even remotely close. But let's look. I just want to take a quick look at the perspective.
Many people saw Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which began in 2014 with the illegal annexation of the Crimean Peninsula and escalated into violent conflicts beginning on February 24th.
I had no idea this has been going on since 2014.
February 24th, 2022, as a daring and risky attempt by the so-called non-Western world to challenge the US-led liberal international order, which had enjoyed a unipolar nature since the end of Cold War. Different aspects of this invasion and what it meant for the changing international order have been discussed by various authors, some of whom also contributed their valuable comments and perspectives to this special issue of TPQ. In distinction, my goal in writing this article is to offer a more comprehensive understanding. Since the invasion of the remaining Ukrainian territories
Sorry, I just skipped over that part.
Began on February 24th, 2022, 3 days after Russian President Vladimir Lenin's critical address on February 21st, 2022, Western officials and prominent members of its media have painted Russia as a rogue state that seeks to undermine the fundamental foundations of Western lifestyle established on democratic and liberal principles. According to them, Russia attacked for one simple reason: to send a clear message to any other post-Soviet countries by stopping Ukraine from joining the liberal forces. While it would be wrong to reject this claim entirely, simplifying the process and continuing conflict on these grounds goes far beyond portraying the facts.
Okay, I don't know. Some of it sounds a little suspicious to me. We just don't want them to join, I guess, the Western world or whatnot. Yeah, that sounds good and all. And that's possibly what it is. We just don't want them joining the liberal, I don't know, whatever. Okay, let me go to what resources is Ukraine known for. So let me go here real quick. Just trust me, no offense. I love America, but trust me. I've been here long enough to know that we're not investing $34 trillion if we don't expect to get that back. I mean, we owe China alone like $34 trillion.
Search results. Many people know that Ukraine is also rich in various types of minerals, including iron, manganese, titanium, non-ferrous metals, and thermal springs.
Okay. Okay. And that may be, see, I don't know what I'm getting into, but that may be what we're looking at, because we're also looking at Taiwan. We're taking shit to the next level. We're taking shit to the next level. We're going into quantum computing. We get all that iron and magnesium or titanium, and I don't even know what these are, but they sound like something that you can build something substantial with. Either it's computer chips or maybe weapons, or I don't know. But this isn't just gasoline. You know, this isn't just gold or something. I don't even know what you could, thermal springs. Let's just look that up real quick. I want to know what thermal springs are. What are thermal springs? Oh, these are just, let me see. Somebody just says a hot spring. Let me check that out real quick. Oh, okay. So these are just hot springs. Okay, that's pretty cool. I would love to go to a thermal spring. Oh, I always see those little monkeys chilling in, oh, that would be really cool. Okay, so thermal springs, but wait, let me see. Something doesn't make sense, because they're saying various type of minerals, including, so let me type in thermal springs mineral. Okay. From sources, they just say magnesium chloride, sulfate, calcium, zinc, boron. Silica, calcium. Okay, so I think I'm confusing myself now. I think they're really just talking about hot springs. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. So let's see what kind of things. I know this sounds stupid, but I gotta type it in. What can I build with magnesium? How do I? What did it say? Did it even say magnesium, or it said what did it say? Let me see. I'm gonna read it.
Manganese.
Manganese.
Ma-
What can I build with manganese? What can I build with manganese? Am I even spelling that correctly? Here, bear with me, people. That tells you. It's all in the name, right? I'm not sitting here trying to. What can you do with manganese? Let's see. Uses for manganese.
What can you do? Uses of manganese. Manganese is used to produce a variety of important alloys and to deoxidize steel and desulfurize. It is also used in dry cell batteries. Manganese is used as a black-brown pigment in paint. It is an essential trace element for living creatures.
Okay, I want to look up a couple terms. Let me see. I'm just gonna let them read it.
Deoxidized steel and desulfurize.
Okay, and desulfurize. I want to look up deoxidize. Exactly, like what does that mean? I think that's why the semiconductors is a big topic today. So that's probably the angle we're going to say. Deoxidize, remove combined oxygen from substances. Okay. A deoxidizer is a compound used in a reaction to remove oxygen. Okay, so we're trying to remove oxygen from something. Okay, and desulfurize. I'm just going to take a guess here, and to remove salt. Let me see.
What is the desulfurization or desulfurization is a chemical process for the removal of sulfur from a material.
Okay, and sulfur. Is that salt? What is? Let me see. What is sulfur?
What is sulfur used for? Sulfur is commonly used to create sulfuric acid, which is used in a number of different industries. Specifically, sulfuric acid is used to make fertilizers and lead-acid batteries.
Okay, one thing I'm constantly hearing is batteries. I'm constantly, so that's taking me down. I just want to type in. Okay, so y'all realize how smart I am. Okay, I'm asking: is an acid salt? Is sulfur salt? Is sulfur the same thing as salt? Not at all. Okay. Does salt contain sulfur? Sea salt is processed by evaporating salt water due to the minimal. Okay. Sodium, magnesium. Okay, cool. All right. So I have all these tickers that I want to go down. But one thing I think we're going to kind of stick to, and I may go ahead and cut this episode and start all over. I think REITs and semiconductors, as well as I got to get into these futures. Got to figure it out because I need to get some. If I can get some of these commodities, we got to get them. It's obvious that there's something going on. I don't know if it's with batteries. I don't know if it's with chemicals. I don't know what it's with. There's something going on with these things. These semiconductors with Taiwan. This war with Ukraine. We're trying to. We're constantly talking about AI and quantum computing. This is the way we're going. We've got to figure it out how we can capitalize off this because we're Americans. All right, so been talking for about 43 minutes. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. I might just go ahead and cut this and just, I don't know what I'm going to do. I may just keep going. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. This is Chairman House of Barf. Yo, what's good? This is Chairman House of Barf. So, just based off of my basic research, feel like I'm going to be really interested in REITs and semiconductors right now.
I think for equities, I think that's good news for the average consumer. It's probably not the best news for the central bank. Their entire goal.
That was TD Ameritrade. They're just talking about how the stocks are starting off strong this week. I'm going to CNBC.
Hopes that central banks would become less aggressive. It was on hopes that the economy wouldn't fall apart in the process. The last few weeks, those hopes have become a reality. And so now, like you look outside today in New York, there's not a cloud in the sky. Sentiment on the part of investors, I think in these last 2 weeks, has become very confident that.
Okay, so they're just, it looks like they both were talking about the same thing, just being, things are starting off strong. Okay. All right, just have to be patient and try to make these calls, not literally calls, but make the next few calls on point. So, I can run through a few random tickers that I have written down. And we always know, things are going to go up and down. So, it's not always about getting too excited. CPT, probably going to get ready to make that trade. Excuse me. Give me just one moment. Looking at some of my notes. Okay. We already talked about MBLY, but we'll talk about them again. Mobileye Company. They're Israel-based company that's involved in, I believe, the autonomous thing. They're at $38. I was thinking they would drop down to about $35. But let me go ahead and look at their 1 year. No, let me look at their 3 year. Okay. Yeah, their draws, their lower lows are actually getting a little bit more consistent and going up. But it's at $38. I'm still a little bearish on it. And let me see. I'm gonna look at their 1 year. Wow. I don't know anymore. I'm starting to see a inverted head and shoulder developing very well. Indicating it could possibly have a. Okay, so MBLY, still going to keep it in the watch list. Be patient. CPT, we just reviewed that. Take-Two, I really don't even feel like dealing with Take-Two right now. It's too expensive. It's like $150. No need to really deal with that. Boeing, let me take a look at Boeing. This is more so for my long-term portfolio. It's a little bit high right now, trading around 237. That's near its 52-week high. Foot Locker, again, long-term. AURC, they went up like 80% the other day. AURC, Aurora Acquisitions, and it went up another 20% today. What in the world? Goodness gracious. I totally slipped on this one. Wow, that one's been on a tear. So with AURC being on this tear, let me look up a little news on them. Because again, I don't know much about this company. I believe on Friday they went up about 80%, and then today it looks like they went up another 20%. So let me just kind of see. What's going on with AURC? And they're not meeting their listing requirements. Like, looks like purposes of affecting merger, share exchange, asset acquisition, share purchase. Let's look at some of their. There's not even no analyst review. They have like no peers. Let me see. Let me see. They just recently shot up from $10 to like $51. They think they even went a little higher to $62.91. Like I'd have to know a little bit more before yeah, they even got on July 28th, they even had a halted on a circuit breaker on the upside. Like what is going on? Trying to just figure out some information about this AURC. It's Aurora Acquisition Corporation. With that kind of increase, you're just kind of concerned if that's going to hold, and is it even worth shorting? I mean, just being a hater, just like no way, because somebody's got to get stuck holding this bag. I could be wrong. This is when we go to, let's go to our conversations about what's going on with this. I'm just going to go to Yahoo Finance first. I got to get these websites back up because I've kind of fallen off of all these websites working in compliance. These are not the websites you want investors to go to do their research, AURC. I may just go ahead and for the sake of content creating, just hurry up and get past this because I don't think I'm going to do anything with this. Can expect a red day tomorrow. May act like PWM for a bit. Let's look at PWM. What is this person talking about? PWM. And I'm on Yahoo Finance looking at the conversations. It looks like this guy named Ethan was bearish on them. It's not even sure if you even want to short it. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, man, they got people saying that this is headed to the triple digits. Will surpass $100. Like, how did these people know this? All right. Let's look up this PWM company. Prestige Wealth. Again, you're just kind of just riding down. Okay, so not too long ago, it went from like $4 up to about $30, $31.88. This is around earlier July, and now it's currently trading around 15. So, the thing that worries me about AURC is possibly saying I'm going to short it, and then getting stuck in it because of some rule or something that's breached. So let's go ahead and, I mean, we have no other choice because I have no resistance. There's nothing I can. The company's been in business. Let me see. Where's the fundamentals? Like, where in the world? Like, I can't find. Like, let me go to Yahoo Finance and see if we can find their financials. Total revenue was like $0. Am I reading this correctly? Operating expenses is about $10,000. Yeah, these are in the thousands. It's not in the millions. Okay. This company, if I'm correct, if what I'm reading is correct, I might need another website to go to. Operating income negative $10,000. What's this? Net operating income. It was like $4,000 in 2022. I want to make sure I'm reading this correctly because I'm not sure what is it that people are seeing in this. Sorry, I'm still trying to analyze this real quick. I think this is going to come back down. Once it starts coming back down, I think it's going to come down to like $20. Cause it is skyrocketing, but there's a little bit of support at $33. Aurora Innovation plans 600 million private placement shares fall. Let me see. Here, you can this. Let me see. Let's see if we're on the same page. Let's see what's going on.
Reuters, self-driving technology firm Aurora Innovation said on Tuesday it plans to sell $600 million worth of Class A common stock in a private placement, sending the company's shares down more than 10% in aftermarket trading. The company also commenced an underwritten public offering of up to $200 million of its Class A common stock.
Okay, let me see when this was written. This was written on July 18, 2023. Okay, so they're giving out a bunch of shares in their company. But let me see. If I'm reading it correctly, they just work on businesses merging. So they got the private placement, so that's something they do. They got about 9 million shares sold. Looks like they still have about 410,000 shares, just kind of. So that's what it is. They don't really have that many shares outstanding. I could be wrong about that. Just so it doesn't take much for if I'm correct for it to fluctuate. Let's look at their income. I just want to look at their income real quick. Total revenue 2022, even early quarter one 2023. I'm saying they're not making any money. They're spending money. This company, I'm confused about this company. Real quick, I'm just gonna put them in Google and just kind of see, because this may, the thing about shorting it also is I gotta sell it, or somebody has to buy it to cover it, and that may not be as hard as you think. Because there may be somebody that's just like, hey, man, I just want to hurry up and hop in this company. I heard they made a lot of money last week. And you're like, hey, you could take my shares for $15, $20. And they may be like, all right, scoop them up. And then those are the people who get left holding the bag. Acquisition Corp. I'm going to CNBC. Is a blank check company. A company was formed for the purpose of effecting a merger. Okay. Just a blank check company. Now I'm gonna go to this other website called Bar Chart, and I'm just gonna kind of see what they say about it. Bar Chart's opinion, AURC. Okay, they're saying buy it. I'll let you read or hear what I'm looking at.
The bar chart technical opinion rating is a 100% buy and ranks in the top 1% of all short-term signal directions.
Okay. All right. The thing about bar chart, so they kind of fluctuate like weekly. It's nothing, but that's all I'm trying to do. That, I feel stupid for even missing this. Let's get a couple trades in. And again, all the trades are simulated. Or I don't know what to say. I'm really trying, just trying to make sure I be safe, and make sure we keep this for education purposes. Let's look at the companies that I've written off. And that's what we don't want to keep doing, is going back, because we'll never move forward, A couple companies that are written off, just just take a quick look at them. ABVC, ticker symbol ABVC, biopharma, something like that, down 5.37%. That could have been a short opportunity. OCX, I kind of just ripped these companies off, just like I'm leaving them alone. Down 3%. Okay, it could have been a shorting opportunity. We're going to move forward to HGen, and then I'm going to come back to AURC. HGen, Humagen Inc., small cap company, biotechnology. And we're just going to take a look. They're down 12% today. Goodness gracious. It could have possibly been my opportunity. However, I would have possibly saw an inverted head and shoulders and possibly thought this could have been a bullish opportunity. I'm not sure. I'd have to take a little bit more look at the chart. We can take a look at the fundamentals, see what Humagen does, if you want to hear.
0.014. Humanigen Incorporated is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company. The company is engaged in developing its portfolio of proprietary Humanerd anti-inflammatory immunology.
Okay. The company's trading at, it's not even, it's 1 penny. So, so now this is when you hop into when it's like 4 decimal places and it goes down, like right now it's down 3 decimal places, 0.002. So this is where you can actually make a lot of money. If you can get some volume, that's the main thing. If you can get some volume, this is where you kind of want to be because it's a penny, right? So it's not that it's going to go up to 2 cents right away. It may go up 0.14. Do that. But if it goes up to 2 cents, then you can sell at 2 cents, and you essentially, as I hear people say, double bagged. So Humagen, we'll keep an eye on it because that may be a fun thing to trade. Maybe just even with a couple dollars. Oh, I always said that I'll put in a trade in for like $1 or something, so that for people who are always concerned about I can't make money off of with nothing. So Humagen, we'll keep an eye on that one. Now we can go back to AURC. I'm not seeing anything that I'm bullish on right now. I understand that we're in a bull market. With a bull market, I'm kind of looking for a few things. I'm looking for the inverted head and shoulders showing a reversal in a downward trend. I'm looking at the trials getting the lowest peaks getting higher as well as the highest peaks getting higher. Currently, right now, I have not been seeing any of that. So let's just get a couple trades done just for the sake of content creating. With CPT, I'm still bearish on it. There was a trade I was listening to a guy talk about. I think he was talking about MBLY, Mobileye, which is selling a put. So I guess one way you could go about selling a put is actually being ready to purchase the underlying shares. So I'm not sure exactly how to do it. I was kind of listening to him talk about it, but essentially what you do is, so CPT is currently trading at 109.09. I think CPT is going to drop down to approximately about 100. So, that's something I would like to see what happens at expiration. Like, I would have the position long, I would imagine, correct? Like, let me see. Where's my book? Okay, you're going to have to bear with me real quick while I pull this up. Here, what we'll do real quick, we'll just take a quick break. So, real quick, what I'm looking at is a short put. A put writer seller has the here. We'll just take a quick break. We've been talking for about 20 minutes. I want to thank anybody and everybody who decided to stop by, kick with your man Chairman. I appreciate it. This is Chairman House of Barf. All right. Thank you so much to anybody and everybody who decided to stop by and kick with your man Chan. I appreciate it. So I'm looking at put writer seller has the obligation to buy 100 shares of a specific stock at the strike price if the buyer exercises the contract. Okay, so if I have to buy it, because again, on the other note, Because what I'm trying to figure out is at expiration, let me see. Just real quick, if you just bear with me. Okay, writing puts. Put writers are bullish or neutral on the price of the underlying stock. An investor who believes a stock price will increase or stay the same can write puts for the following reasons. Speculation. By writing puts, an investor can profit if the stock's price rises above or stays at the strike price. The investor can earn the amount of the premium. Increasing returns. Additional income can be earned for a portfolio by writing puts. Investors hope for expiration of the puts so that they can keep the premium. Buying stock below its current price. Okay. The premium received from writing puts can be used to offset the cost of stock when the put is exercised against the writer. The writer buys his stock at a price that is reduced by the premium received. All right, that's all confusing to me. But essentially, I'll have the obligation, if I'm correct, to buy. So I want to buy this stock at like $100. Currently, I'm sorry. I'm talking about Camden Property Trust, ticker symbol CPT, currently trading at approximately $109.31. It's approximately 11:26 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm bearish on CPT. I think it's going to go up to approximately about $117. However, based on my dumbass, technical research and a little bit of fundamental research, I think it's going to have a slight decrease due to home demands, and then we're going to also wait for in around September to see if Jerome Powell increases the price. So for the time being, what I'm going to do, and again, this is not advice, okay, at all. I'm not giving advice. What I'm trying to do is just go down and just, educate as well. I'm not trying to be a teacher or a preacher. I'm just trying to have some fun. Once the time is right and I can get like a studio or something, we're going to take a couple shots. We'll have, some gentlemen, possibly, that if they want to be on the podcast, or some women that want to be on the podcast, it's very possible. I really don't feel like getting distracted by a bunch of individuals, trying to sit here and say, well, listen to me, Chan, man, this is what I'm trying to say. I'm like, look, man, you're fucking up my thinking process. So what I want to go ahead and do, we're going to do something a little crazy real quick. I'm going to try to write a put, for CPT, and I want to go to the probability chart. Let me put in CPT. And again, for the most part, when I'm on the podcast, I'm just going to do simulated trades. I don't feel like hopping into any issues with any regulators saying that I'm giving out advice and everything. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go to the probability analysis tool, and let's say November, 15th, 2023. What's the 50%? The 50% is approximately 106.95 for November 15th, 2023. I still got to get better. I got to get back to watching my educational videos so I can learn how to use these price slices. So it's 106. So it's 50% chance it could be above 106, 50% chance it could be below 106. So I'm going to try to get as close to 106 as possible. Even though I still think it's going to drop down to 100, I'm just going to try by November 2023. I'm going to try to get as close to 106 as possible. So I see a 105. Currently trading for $1.25. See, here we go. A 105. Oh, and the 100 is trading for 50 cents. These are the short put contracts. So I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with 105. And I'll sell 20 contracts. Now it may not get executed. I'll put it at market. Let's see, this is going to cost about $5,400. So I have a fee of approximately $13, a commissions fee. Break even will be 102.27. So I really don't want the strike price 105. I want strike price. Oh man, the 100 just went up to 60 cents. So let me hurry up and get the strike price 100. And so my break even would be if it drops down to like $99.40 or something. We'll take a look at that. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and do 20 contracts. Market. This is going to cost me $3,400. And my max profit is about $3,450, with my maximum loss being approximately about $200,000. It's $196,550. Goodness gracious. Is it that important to just make that much money? But if it drops, if it goes above, or if it stays above my strike price, then I guess I'm doing well. I think. Don't quote me. So I'm going to go ahead and sell that contract, and somebody bought it. Immediately, I'm down approximately about $350. So, but this is a November 2023. So on that end, we're kind of just waiting for the news to come out in September. Wow, I'm down $1,000. Wow. People are bullish on CPT. We'll see how it goes, though. No. As you can see, my short put is down. So, let's see if we can go in here, and I don't know what this would be called, but should we short the underlying stock? And what would that be? If I think it's going down to $100, that'd be about $9 per trade. And let's just say we put, let's say $10,000 times that by 9. No, not times that by 9. I'm sorry, $10,000 divided by 109. The current price is approximately 109.20. So that would give me 91 shares, and then times that by 9. So it would be the opportunity to make about $124. When I could possibly sell a call contract. Oh, selling the call is about $12. Let me see. So, all right, let me go ahead and sell this call. It's about $7 for the contract. This is for November. I'm doing it November 17th, 2023. And I'm going to probably just sell 10 call contracts at market. And that way I can try to make this premium. Oh, they rejected it. Let me try one more time. Sometimes they reject it, and then I'm able to do it. Sorry, I'm just kind of like, this is going to cost me about $8,000, about $7,000, $993. Then I got a $6.50 credit or commission. Max profit, $8,000. Max loss, infinite. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Put that in that market. Nobody's buying it. Nobody's buying it. Okay, essentially nobody's buying it. Okay, somebody finally bought it. So, I have a November 17th, 2023 call at 105. Strike price $105. Essentially saying that I could see the stock going up to what was my contract? $8.50. So I guess 113 here. Let me see. I didn't even look. Let me see. My break even would be like 111.60, something like that. 112, 113. But I can see it going up to 113 before November, but then after that, I see it's going to come down from there. That's the bull position. I mean, the bearish position. Currently, it was up. It was up about $100. So I'm going to go ahead. It was I bought the contract at $8.50. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna put in a sell order for $8.55. I guess this is when you're a writer, you want the contract to expire worthless, so that that way you get to keep the premiums. Now that's what also confuses me is when I write a contract. Here, let me just get out of these positions because, so I bought the contract at $8.50. It's currently trading at $8.30. The call contract that I wrote. So let me see if I can close it at 8. I don't know. I'll do 8.25. Let's see if I can do 8.25, and I'll make probably about $150 or something like that. And I'm just going to get out of it because one thing I want to see is when it's at 8.30, so I'm trying to buy this. Maybe I should do 8.35. Let's see, working orders. Sorry, cancel replace. I'll do 8.35 just to hurry up and get out of it. Yeah, I'll do 8.32. See if somebody's willing to buy it. Because right now it's trading at 8.30. So I'm like, hey, I'll buy it at 8.32. That's higher than, and I should make just a couple $100, maybe $150 at the most. If not, then I'll just close it out completely because let me do something real quick. Okay, I'm closing out the put contract that I sold as well. And let me just I'm just going to close out the call as well. So one thing that I'm confused about a little bit is, does the premium go into my account? So, all right, I'm getting ready to close the call that I wrote as well. And on the day, I'm down. Let me see what I'm down. About $1,200. Okay, so currently in the account, this is all simulated trades. Please don't get crazy and think that I have this type of money because I don't. Currently in the account is approximately about $98,760.45. So let me just do a day trade because I want to see like this premium that everybody's talking about. Like, when does it go on my account? Okay, the next expiration for CPT is August 18th. Wow, that's like 2 weeks out. Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's any for like this Friday. Yeah, there's nothing for August 4th. Let's find something else that should have. Let's do Datadog. I've been meaning to review this company. Looks like they've been doing pretty well. Let me just look at their chart real briefly. Okay. Okay. So they're doing really well. I see they had a spike recently from approximately $65 to about $116. I'm going to say they're going to come down to about $95 by Friday. And then this is just complete speculation. I'm just doing this real quick. Yeah, so there's an August 4th option. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to do an option 4th. August 4th, 2023. It's going to come down to $95. Wait, let me go to the probability analysis tool real quick. So by August 4th, what's the 50%? What's the 50-50? The 50-50, this is Datadog. I just randomly picked real quick. The 50-50 is about 115, approximately by August 4th. It's about 115, 116, which makes complete sense because it's currently trading at about 116.34. So I'm going to say something crazy, like it's going to go down to or I'll just do 116. All right, let's see. That contract is probably going to be hella high, but okay, it's not that high. So if I sell the call, I'm bearish, and I want that to expire worthless, if I'm correct. All right, so I'm just going to sell the call to keep it simple for my brain. At 116. I'm going to do 20 contracts. Okay, so the count is currently at 98,760 and 45 cents. So what happens when I sell a contract? I'm going to sell it. Right now, the contract is approximately $3.10. I'm supposed to be receiving a premium of like $6,000, correct? So let's see what happens. Okay. So somebody bought the contract and my account dropped down to 52. Goodness, I didn't know that contract was that expensive. What did I miss? Let me see. Trust me, I'm not the expert on all this. Clearly, I don't even have to say all that. How much was that? Was that 40 grand? I thought it was like $3,000 or something. Well, I think it's saying in my total account it's approximately 105. Let me see. I think they're saying my total account value now is worth 105,447.22. So $105,447.22. So I'm going to subtract that. 105,447.22 minus 98,760.45 is approximately 6,600. Let me see. $6,686.77. Again, you're just walking down the path with me. How many contracts did I sell? I sold 20 calls. So my option buying power went down like $40,000. And what I'm assuming is that's the amount if the contract gets exercised. So it probably lowered that. But it says my cash, the amount of my account is $105,47.22. And let me see, I'm just doing the math of how much did this trade cost me. It's 20 contracts at trade price $3.35. And so 20 contracts is 2,000 contracts times $3.35. That cost me approximately $6,700. So $6,000. Oh, not to mention I had a $13 commission. So do I subtract that? Let me see, $13 commission. And that comes down to $6,687. So that's about the $6,686.77. Okay, so and then there's always this extra quarter that's been blowing me, and it makes me weary. I think it's maybe the amount between the bid and the ask. I don't know what that is. The amount that goes to, I guess, the market maker, whoever that is. I'm not sure, but okay. So this Datadog call contract that I sold, again, it's a August 4th, 2023 short call position, strike price 116. Currently, it's up $450. So what I'm assuming is when you short the call, you're saying that you're bearish, that it's going to go below 116. You're hoping to break even if you had to get the underlying stock. But at 116, you're thinking that's going to be below, and then people are just going to let their contracts expire worthless, and I'll be able to keep the $6,000 in the premium. The other option is that I can go ahead and possibly sell it now, and I probably would lose that premium, but I made $500 right now. So again, the account is at $105,447.22. My options buying power is $52,753.22. I kind of want to see where that came from. What I'm assuming is that's the amount of, if I had to purchase the underlying position, that at least I can I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it went down $40,000 when I spent $6,000. But yeah, I have to figure that out. But right now I'm currently up about $300. So let me see if the account drops back down to approximately about $99,000 plus the amount that I just made. So currently, purchased it at about $3.35 the contract. Again, August 4th, 2023. That's this upcoming Friday. Strike price 116. The ticker symbol is DDOG. It's Datadog. I've been looking at them. Don't know much about them, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to sell this contract, and then I'll buy it back. It looks like I possibly could make about $300 on it. It's trading at approximately 318. So I'll just do a market order. Here, let me try to do 320. I'll buy it at 320. It's trading at 318. See if it works. Nobody's selling it at 320. It's currently at like 318 right now. Just give me a moment. This thing is not selling. And sometimes you gotta wait in line because you just put your order in and you get in line. All right, let me just go ahead and cancel and go to a market order. It should sell it pretty quickly, but watch, it's gonna go down to it's gonna go up to like 345. Let's see. Right now it's trading at like 322. Watch it go to like 345 when I'm gonna have to buy it back. Let's see. Okay, what did it sell at? Oh. Let's see. What did it sell at? Datadog to close the position. Guess what it sold at? I'm not even kidding. It sold at 345 on the dot. I'm not even kidding. So I ended up losing about $200. So let's just go back to the account. So now my cash account is at $98,534.10. My option buying power went back up to about 98,000. So that's the $200 I lost. The account previously was at approximately 98,760.45 cents. Now it's approximately at $98,534.10. And that's the loss I took of approximately $200. It says I took about a $226.35 loss. That's probably the commissions to purchase it. I think it was like $13 to purchase, then $13 to sell, something like that. Then plus that extra 35 cents that always just freaks me out. Like, what are you? What are you? Okay. So, we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to go ahead and probably trade Datadog again. But this time I'm probably going to hold it to expiration to see what happens if I sell a short put at the end of the expiration. I kind of just want to see what happens, because I haven't done that before. And what I believe is going to happen is I'm going to have the obligation to buy it. But with Datadog, let's just say, for example, you know what? I think I'm going to do it with CPT, but CPT didn't have it August 4th. So with Datadog, I'm going to say, I'm going to sell the contract to put at possibly 116. I don't want to get at 116. I would say $95. What I'm thinking is I'm going to have to buy, all the shares at $95, with the anticipation of thinking that it's going to be a bullish move. So we'll take a look at that. We're going to take a quick break. I know all we've been talking about is options. We really haven't even hopped into any terms or broken down any topics. I do apologize for that. We're going to get back to that. Just currently in the stage right now where I do got to try to make some funds, but also I'm trying to break down the stock and options trades for myself and as well as for anybody that wants to listen. We will get back to BARF. Trust me. If I have to, I'll start trying to create a schedule for myself to do 1 hour of BARF. And then I told you again, I'm probably going to create the other podcast called The Bum Rush or Bum Rushed, where we'll just talk about option trades, stocks trades. Hopefully we'll get into futures. I still haven't learned futures or Forex. We'll get to that eventually. But we're just taking it slow. And then we can have Barf just to do the educational. And then I'll also stop trying to talk about my personal life so much. I have been doing that more so that people can get a grasp of who I am and what I'm going through. It's kind of hard to be able to follow somebody, especially when they have like a monotone voice and not really like, hey guys, what's popping? Do you really want, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really doing all that. So overall in the day, I'm down $1,400. Goodness gracious. So we're going to get to all that. We're going to get all that taken care of. We're going to figure this out. But again, more so, just talking about my personal life to kind of give out, kind of like, look, I'm a regular person. I'm a regular Joe Schmo. We can just sit here, have a couple smokes and drinks and try to trade some stocks. Yes, it's about making money, but also it's about building that foundation. That's why I do want to make sure I make these trades and experiment first before I actually make live trades. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to make live trades on the podcast. I will be making live trades. I'm trying to figure out how I can word it because, again, I got to worry about, my safety and everything from hackers or people who just want to, pull up or whatever. I don't want them thinking like I got the money in the bank because it's not true. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, so I'm just trying to figure it all out, how we can make this educational yet safe for everyone. So thank you so much to anybody and everybody who decided to stop by, kick it with your man, Chairman. I appreciate it. We're going to take a quick break. This is Chairman, House of Barf. Yo, what's good? This is Chairman, House of Barf. What's popping? Brand new whip just hopped in. All right, so I'm going to go back to this August 4th trade. Again, I'm going to try to get as close to strike prices. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about Datadog, ticker symbol DDOG. Currently trading at approximately $116.43. It's approximately 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get I'm going to sell a put with the intentions of buying the underlying instrument at strike price. Now the strike price I want to get it at is actually like, if I was to get Datadog, I want to get this at like $95. Let me see. I think 95 is a great price for Datadog. Of course, 70 would be even better. But I'm going to say, I think a good strike would be 95. So let me go ahead and go to 95. What's the possibility that's going to be under 95 or over 95? Since I'm selling the contract, selling the put, I'm bullish on it. It's pretty high. It's already in the money if I'm correct. I'm a little confused. Let me go to this probability tool in the money. What's the possibility it'll be above $95 by this Friday, the 4th? This 4th? It's like 100%. So I'm not even sure how I'm able to buy this contract or sell it. I'm selling it to keep the premiums. I'm going to do 10 contracts. I'll do it market. It's like 2 cents. I'll make like $18 on this. Okay, so here, I'm not gonna do that. Let me do another one. I'll say I'm gonna sell it and say it's gonna be above 116. If it's not above 116, then I'll purchase it at 116. Let's do 116. All right, I'll do 10. This one's about $2.65. I'll do it at market just to see what it does. All right, this way I make about $2,600. Currently, my account is at approximately $98,534.10. So when I do this, I should have approximately, I'm just going to write down approximately $2,678.50, if I'm correct, in the account from a premium. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Okay, so it's sold. And currently my account is at the cash value. The option buying power went down, and we got to do research on that. But my account cash value is $101,527.49. So it appears that I did receive the premium. It appears. I'm not sure how this is working. But again, I'm going to hold this one till expiration. I sold Again, it's August 4th, 2023, strike price 116. I sold 10 puts, meaning that I'm bullish on the position. With the put, you take the strike minus the premium. The premium is approximately $3, so my break even would be, now with the puts, they say you sell the premium even if you buy or sell the put. I'm not sure. We got to do the research on that. Currently, right now, it's trading at approximately $2.74. I'm up approximately $260. So I'm just going to leave that one because I want to see the obligation to buy at 116 at the end of expiration. I just want to see it happen. That's kind of how my brain works, and that's how I learn best. So we went ahead, got that Datadog short put position in. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. Thank you so much to anybody and everybody who stopped by and kick it with your mans. I appreciate it. This is Chairman, this is House of Barf. Yo, what's good? This is Chairman, House of Barf. I think this is probably going to be my longest episode yet. But we're taking our time and we're doing our due diligence. So we went over CPT. Did I make that trade yet? Let me see. CPT. Oh, I got out of it. Let me see what it was trading at real quick. Let me just hurry up and get this trade in. It's trading at 109. I'm bearish on it till about 100. So let me put this trade in real quick. And you know what? I'm gonna go a little further out. I'm gonna go probably about 100 days out. Considering again, I think interest rates will probably rise, and then more people will start renting. Again, these trades are just simulated. There's no need to think that I'm actually making money off of this. If I do live trades, I probably won't do them on the podcast because I just don't want any confusion with regulators. I got these regulators that I'm not sure. Like, we had a toxic relationship when we kind of separated, so I'm not sure if they're. I could be completely stupid. I could hear voices of people like, "Oh yeah, we have so much." Recently, let me see what Finner did recently. I think they fined LPL over. Let me see. Let me see real quick.
LPL Financial was fined $3 million as part of a settlement with the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA, over alleged supervision failures related to transmittal of customer funds and forged signatures by employees.
Okay, so yeah, they got big things on their plate besides worrying about little and me, but there's nothing to stop them saying, hey, just, you could put it, one person, or, they're not paying attention to me at all because I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not going out saying I'm an advisor or anything, or this is advice, or follow me, or make this trade right now. No, I'm sitting here just doing my own thing and see how it goes out. So I'm gonna sell a put, again, being bullish on CPT with strike price 100. I'm gonna go ahead and put that order in right now. About $1,800. I'm putting that in at market. I'm sorry. I was watching a little bit of This Is What It Is with Paul Pierce. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I'm kind of like, man, don't be disrespecting Paul Pierce, man. Asking him questions, is he better than LeBron and whatnot, man. That man, P2P or whatever. Paul Pierce is the man. Like, let's not bug him with all that nonsense. Okay, the put is losing money, but again, that's a bullish position. So I'm expecting that it should be making money sometime, I don't know, like September or something, when interest rates rise. Camden it seems like a residential multi-unit apartment company. So again, I think people will be doing more renting than anything in the future, waiting for interest rates. Because I know 8% sounds like it's crazy, but if you look at the interest rates back in the day, I saw 16, I saw 20, I think I even saw like 29. They were outrageous interest rates. So right now, the interest rates are not too bad, but based on what people have experienced, they're like, man, where's that 4% at? Where's that 3% at? You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that, COVID had a huge effect on that. So it was a great opportunity to refinance or get into your property. So yeah, we got those trades done. The good news is about getting that is, if this does expire, that I should be able to get that price of $100. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Datadog, Camden, properties. I did have another one on my watch list. It was Elm, just charting, just technical analysis. I said if I'm bearish up until about 14. Okay, it's up to about 16.21. So I'll just leave that alone. I think it's going to possibly go up to 17, and then I'll probably be bearish on it again. I just want to take a look at Foot Locker. Foot Locker is trading at 26.47. Okay, they've had a pretty decent day. They're up approximately 0.78%. Okay, now let's move forward at a few that we haven't looked at before to keep this thing going. I do want to look at semiconductors. Semiconductors are on my mind. I feel like that's where we're going, and REITs, considering the housing market is going to be very probably volatile with interest rates and everything. Demand may go down or whatever. I'm not sure, but let's look at by industry. Information technology, semiconductors and semiconductor equipment, and I'm just going to look at all that. So we got a bunch of tickers, and I believe as long as I click on one, it should just go straight to my chart. Okay, so I don't have it set up yet. Okay, here it goes. All right, so I should be able to get through this fairly quickly. Okay. First one, AAWC, Alexandria Advantage. I'm just kind of curious what happened to it, because right now it's not it's not showing up. So give me 1 second. I just kind of want to see what's going on. I'm just curious. I could just scratch it and move on. Okay, AAWC, what happened to it? Because it's not popping up. I guess it just doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so AAWCD, it's another company. Looks like they just don't exist. Canning Stir Corp or something. Let's go to ACLS. And again, this is the semiconductors as well as semiconductor equipment. Another one I'm going to pull up real quick. I'm going to do is real estate. I want to do I think I want to do residential. I want to do residential, multifamily, and single family REITs. So I'm going to look at those as well. So we got a bunch of tickers that we can go down. Shit, I don't even have, let me see, I don't even have my percentage. I like my percentage losers up as well for bullish trades. But forget about it. Let's just go ahead and we're going to go down these semiconductors. So now I'm looking at ACLS, Lexel Technologies. For some reason, the full name doesn't pop up. That's irritating. I'm trying to figure out how can I fix that. Let me see if okay, here we go. I think I can figure out how to, no, I didn't want to close everything. Just kind of shrink it a little bit. Oh, that closes it all the way. Okay, Excelis Technologies, currently trading at about 197.99, right under the 52-week high, which was approximately 198.72. Okay, so I just want to take a quick look at this ACLS. And you're more, and really right now you're just kind of chilling with Chanman as he goes through his thinking process. Let's see, what does this company do?
Income statement cash flow. Axelis Technologies Incorporated designs, manufactures, and services ion implantation and other processing equipment used in the fabrication of semiconductor chips. The company offers a complete line of high-energy, high current and medium current implanters for all application requirements.
Okay, so they make some implanters or something. Balance sheet's pretty solid. Total revenues have been increasing over the last 3-4 years. Total cash from operations has been increasing. Let me see the income statement. Revenues have been pretty standard, solid. Quarter 2 of 2022 is 221,000. Let me see. I gotta make sure these are in the thousands or if it's the millions. Yeah, thousands. So we're good. Then in quarter 3, around September 30th of 2022, about 229,000 approximately. Quarter 4, about 266,000. And then in quarter 1 of March 23rd, around March 23rd, March 31st, 2023 is approximately 254,000. So this company appears to be pretty solid company. Let me see if there's anything else we can look at about this company with their this looks like a pretty solid semiconductor company, but it is pretty expensive. What is it about? Let me see. What was it again? ACLS. It's approximately $200. It's like $198.05. And it's been on the tear. The thing about it is it's recently reached its 52-week high, which makes me a little bit. They're a small cap company. I'm gonna try to speed it up. This company looks very interesting. Let me see, 52-week high, yeah, 198.72. Not a lot of short interest. It's only about 5%. It's held by 80% of its shares are held by institutions. 88%, approximately 89%. Let me see. No dividends. Oh man, this company. I may want to take a look at them. If I was to take a look at them, I probably want to take a look at them. I'd probably want them to drop down to about $100 and about $25 before I consider them. So ACLS. Let me see if I have a chart. I'll probably put this in Chan's bullish trades. ACLS. Little hesitant on it right now. It's just shot up so much since approximately October of last year. It's just been October last year was about $51. Now it's approximately about $197.99. And again, it's about 12:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll keep that in the portfolio, in the watch list. See if it comes down at all. Back to the semiconductors. Where am I at? We have a ton that we could cut through. Gotta go through them. We got one that's about $13. Okay, that's what I'll try to do. I'll try to see if I can cut through this. And we got one that's about $4. Wow, we got one that's $476. You want to take a look at it real quick? ASMIY, ticker symbol. So typically if there's a Y or F or something at the end, I believe that's a foreign company. And it typically is going to be the ADR, which is an American Deposit Receipt, which basically, don't quote me, just for lack of better words, the institution. So you can only buy a foreign stock if you are from that, not from the country, but you have to be in that country. Excuse me. So if an institution over here is able to purchase the stock in, let's say, I don't know, Hong Kong or whatever, that institution can give out receipts. So essentially you're buying these receipts and you're trading on these receipts. So the receipts are kind of similar to the stock, but not really. Don't quote me on all that. So we're looking at ASM International ADR. Yeah, see. What was the ticker symbol again? ASMIY. ASMIY. So this is ASM International NV Semiconductor. All the companies we're looking at right now are semiconductors. Let me just look at this chart real quick. I'll look at the 1 year. It's funny, it's very botchy, but it's steadily increasing. Let me look at the 3 year. Yeah, steadily increasing. It's just very expensive. $476. That's crazy. You know, I didn't know there was that many. Wow, there's another one. ASML is trading at about 715. Let me see if I can switch up the last so that we can get the smaller, least expensive ones. Not these 400, 700, 800. Screw those. Because I don't, I'm not trying to trade those right now. All right, skip all the zeros. All right, let's get to, I also would love to see volume, if I could see the volume as well. But let's keep going. And ask. Okay. All right, I'm going to start around $2. Let's start around there. Now, this is me, but not recommending that you trade the pennies. The pennies, they may not be conducive for your portfolio. So let's start around $2. First one I see is E-Man. Okay, this is Imagine Corp. Currently trading around $2. A lot of volatility. It looks like around March of, what year was this? 2022. But since then, it looks like it's just dropped and lost a lot of volume. So E-Man, if I can, I would even like to just remove it from my semiconductor thing. But we'll keep moving. INDIW, Indie Semiconductor. Again, kind of looks like E-Man. A lot of volatility at one point. Then it looks like it just kind of flatlined and all the volume died. Let's keep going. SQNS, same kind of thing. A lot of volatility, March 2020. And since then, just kind of died. LEDS, looks like it's just died. VLN died. RGTI, looks like it has some volume. Okay. Got to get some friction. All right, so let's take a quick break. This one is up approximately 14% on the day. Gosh darn it. All right, it's cool. It's cool. We just can't be the ones held with the bag. All right, let's take a quick break, and then we're going to take a look at RGTI, which is, let me see what this is. RGTI is Rigetti Computing Inc. Looks like a terrible, just something that you may not want to fool around with, but we may. Another one I haven't thought about in a while, ALK, Alaska Air. There may be a bunch of people going to Alaska soon just for vacation and whatnot. I don't know. There's people that like Alaska. Okay, let's take a quick break and we'll look at Rigetti Computing very briefly. We still have a lot of time. It's approximately 12:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're just looking at these trades. We're trying to get these trades done. I've put in a few trades. Let me see. I haven't put in too many. We got the November 17th, 2023 short put position, strike price 100 on Camden property. Again, that's a bullish position. Currently it's trading at approximately 109.30. What I'm saying is I think it's going to drop down to approximately about $100, and then it'll probably go up from there. So if it goes below 100, I'll be obligated to purchase the shares at $100, which I'm okay with, because I think it's going to go down to 100, and then I think it's going to go up from there. So essentially, that's kind of what I'm prepared to do. Then also Datadog, short put position, again another bearish position. So August 4th, 2023. What I'm going to do is see if it goes below 116, and if I'm obligated to buy at 116, kind of what happens. which I believe it will buy. It won't, so I just want to kind of see how all that works. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and take a quick break. Thank you so much to anybody and everybody who decided to stop by, kick it with your man, Chanman. I appreciate it. This is Chanman. This is House of Barf. Yo, what's good? This is Chanman, House of Barf. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm reviewing this random company that I came across, Rigetti Computing. If you want to hear what they do, we can go ahead and pull up the fundamentals, take a quick look at what the company does.
Rigetti Computing Incorporated is a full-stack quantum computing company. The company has operated quantum computers and serves global enterprise, government, and research clients through its Rigetti Quantum Cloud Services platform. The company...
Okay, so we'll go ahead and keep moving forward. Let's see if they have any peers. It doesn't look like they have any peers that they're comparing them to. Let's see what the analysts say. Analysts are saying it's moderate buy, sell. Let me go ahead and take a look. Let's see if we can look at some of these. Balance sheet has about $184,000. Let me make sure this is in the thousands. Yes, it is. Let's see. So there's another thing I think about is the amount of money, like, was it receivables, which is the amount of money that the company needs to go out and receive. It's about $4,000. Okay, that's not too bad. Total current assets about $192,000. Accounts payable about $1,500, that's good. They don't have a lot of debt. Debt is about $30,000. No, about $28,000. Liabilities about $52,000. So the company, they're pretty solid. They don't have, a lot of money, but total equity is about 129. So, but let's see if they're turning a profit. Let me see. What is it? Let me see if I can go to their net income. Total revenue. Oh man, they're bringing in like $2,000 a year. They're losing cash like crazy. Total income is like negative $23,000. Wow. Excuse me. But they're having a lot of volume right now. Gosh. This would have been great to have the other day around 50. No. Goodness. This is really hard because this is about the point when somebody could get stuck holding the bag. Around this $2 point, because just June. Let's go to June 30th. Approximately June 30th, they were just at like $1.10, $1.30 at the highest, $1.36 at the highest. Now they're at $2.43. This is the point when someone says, "Here, let me hop in this, see if there's any more." Let me see the average volume. And you could be stuck. You know what I'm saying? You want to be very careful with this. 52-week high, about 590. This is nothing that I want to hold. Like, I do not want to hold this. Let me analyze this chart again. So what I'm looking at real quick is I'm looking at the 1 year chart. And on the 1 year chart, it looks like I am looking at a possible reversal of a downward trend. But it wasn't going down. I'm going to say this is probably a better bearish position, as well as it's been shooting up and volume is high. Volume has been kind of trickling down a little bit. This may be a bearish trade. I'm sorry. It's been going up though. This is This is when you don't want to get stuck holding this bag. Well, let's go to our handy dandy conversations. RTGI. Or is it RGTI? RGTI. Our handy dandy conversations by a bunch of random individuals that we have no idea who they are or their intentions. So many people are bullish. They are pumping this up. I see this guy Ethan I've been seeing. It had $184 million in cash in the end of June, as per here. That's from November. Let's read somebody more recently who's probably pumping the hell out of this. I don't know why it's not working. Somebody's typing right now. I can see it. Wow, that's pretty cool. SEC filing. This was on July 13th. SEC filing just released stating RGTI is officially in compliance with NASDAQ listing requirements. Nothing most all here didn't know, but now it's official. There's no need for a reverse split. I feel like it's in that sweet spot where it's not too crazy. Volume is pretty steady. I didn't even see what was their average volume on the day. Average volume is approximately about 7.2 million. Let's see what they've been doing the last couple of days. They've been doing that. They've been doing about 10 million. So there's a lot of energy around them. 244. But where would it go? Maybe, goodness, this is dangerous, because this is the point where people hop in and be like, oh, it's at 244, let me hop in. It'll probably go up to $5. No, it doesn't. It drops all the way down to 36 cents, and now you're stuck holding it. Hoping that it will come back, or just selling and getting out of it. Let's see. I'm going to go to bar chart, RGTI. And again, I know nothing about this company. Strong buy. Let me go to handy dandy Investor Hub. Okay, I'm putting RGTI, see what people are talking about. Okay, let's see the conversations. Sleep well, dream big. Okay. Of course, people are pumping the shit out of this. This is what's scary. You got to be very careful with these, because I missed the majority of the jump. If you were in, let's say, just a month ago, you got it at about $1. Some change. And this is when it's like, oh, do you really want to play around with it? Because you're going to start seeing people start dumping this soon. I don't know when. Is it going to have any more volume on the day? It's already up. It was up earlier, 14%. It's up now 11%. I'm kind of seeing it looks bullish. It looks bullish. Y'all want to do it? Let's see what Investor Hub people are talking about. RGTI. Yeah, watching closely. Any thoughts? Somebody said a golden cross is forming. Loving this stock. Yeah, this is probably people that got in earlier. Making some money buying the dips. Oh, gosh. Okay. Here we go again. Slowly climbing up. Okay. RGTI. Let's This is stupid. This is completely ignorant and completely stupid. Let's put in a small position. Maybe we should just wait till about 2:30. See if it comes down off of its high. This would probably be a better short position. Here, give me just 1 second. Okay, what I'm going to go ahead and do is kind of just go with how I'm kind of feeling. I could be wrong, absolutely wrong. But let me go to RGTI, and what I'm going to do is I probably will just short the underlying stock. Just say forget it. Probably won't even deal with an option contract. Let me think. I could say by next month this will be, let me see the chart. By next month this will be at $1, below $1. You know what I'm saying? I could easily do that. Because that's what I do think is going to happen. I absolutely think this stuff, man. I was looking at the conversations. This thing is getting pumped tremendously, which would be a great pump, to hold. But it's already been going up tremendously, and it's only a matter of time before. So if we want to do the options trade, we can go ahead and do the options trade. I'll do 46 days, September 15, 2023, and I'm going to buy a long put position. It's approximately $2.65, so the contract costs more than. Okay, they got a contract at strike price $2.50 for 65 cents. So, okay, so they got 80 cents. Okay, so a long put, I'll buy 2,000. I really could just let me see how much is the underlying. Well, I guess I'm getting it for a better deal, but if the contract expires, then I'm gonna be required to purchase this at $2.50, which that is a bitch. That's a blower, because I do not want to be purchasing or shorting at I wouldn't mind shorting at $2.50 if I got to. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this long put position in. It's approximately about 80 cents. Getting about 2,000 contracts. It's costing me about $1,400. Let's go ahead and put that in. Okay, it sold pretty quickly. Let's just go ahead and take a look at the trade. RTGI. September 15th, 2023. Strike price $2.50. Long put position at trade price 75 cents. Currently right now it's trading at 72 cents. So I've lost approximately about $50 on the trade. Approximately, let me see, where's my percentage? My percentage change. I promise this stuff changes all the time. Let me see. Percent in the money, percent out the money, and percent. Let me see. Percent. Profit loss percent. That's what I want. Profit loss percent. Okay. So far I've lost approximately 3% on the Rigetti trade, meaning that it's going up still. I don't know if I want to day trade this overnight. We may put the order in around 2:30. Right now it's trading at approximately $2.44. We may put it in around 3:30, kind of trying to see what's going on, how's it going to perform. It just went up another cent, up at $2.45. So let's say, for example, we put the $1,400 in the underlying at 244. So it's 1,400 divided by 244, 573. If it would have changed 1 cent, we would have made probably about $5. So we could possibly make some money on this real quick, but I'm a little skeptical on it. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. We still got a lot of time left, We got a lot of trades to go over. Still trying to look for that bullish trade. What I'll go ahead and do is I'll just take my time and go through a lot of these ticker symbols. You don't have to sit around with me. I mean, I guess I could turn the mic on and you're more than welcome to sit with me. But what I can do is when I find those trades that I would like to get done by probably about between 2:30 and 3:30 before market closes, I'll just bring them to y'all attention and we'll take it from there. All right, I want to thank anybody and everybody who decided to stop by and kick it with your man Chan. I appreciate it. This is Chan Man House of Barf.